Yes, the return of the series which will eventually kill Davina, unless I'm much mistaken. It's absolutely terrifying.
I hope not, please.
But you have to do, you have to do, if the viewers say no, you have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's very different, this series, because either if they fail at their challenge, because we set them a certain challenge to get from A to B without falling off. If they fail at the challenge, then it's offered to me. I don't have to do it. But pride's an awful thing.
But you can't keep wussing out, can you? You've got to say yes to some of them.
Well, I've said yes to 2 of them in this series, and I said no to 1. And it was
what was the
funny.
one you said no to?
Well, it was interesting because it was the one that I thought that I would say yes to out of all of them, because it was diving, and I feel quite confident in the water. I feel very. I've done a bit of aqualung before, but it was a night dive, and when it got to it, the woman had a little panic attack when she tried to go down, and she sort of had a panic attack and had to come up for air again. And I got so nervous about it that I just said, no, I can't.
Well, let's look at this. Let's look at this stunt, which, I mean, I think it was really dangerous, and I think the relief in the producer's voice is that the producer saying, "Oh, she's all right, it's all right."
Well, no, because I covered my my face with my hands, so they thought that I'd hit my head, my face.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And so they were, but it was because I was crying.
The shot. Yeah. This was based presumably on that advert for the estate car that goes across those girders. I presume that was inspiration for it.
It was some madman in Australia that thought up that stuff.
What are these tracks, just so the viewers know?
girders.
It's basically been made by a company that makes sets for films and places like that. So they've just made these
Not going to work with
girders.
that company.
Yeah, they've just bolted them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good job you're in a mini-moke.
fantastic.
It was a mini-moke, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, let's look at the clip first, and then we'll see it in glorious slow-mo, because it's terrifying.
Very good. Go right a little.
Oh my God, it's so high up.
Concentrate, stay right.
It's so high up.
Stay right. You're starting to go uphill now, you're going to need a little bit more clutch. Go to the right. Bring it over right, harder right. Keep it going. Are you okay? Yeah, excellent.
Who's that doing all the excellent?
That was the stunt safety coordinator, who was just worried that I'd hurt my face.
Yeah.
Which is why I was holding up my hand, and so he was kind of relieved.
But let's say it again. Keep our mics up here, because it's very obvious to me this is not your fault, because what's happening? Oh no, we don't see it on that clip. We'll see it on another one. Hang on. We'll go back to it, don't worry. But you can see that our right-hand track.
They're bending.
They're bending. There's no way you could have got across there.
Oh, no.
Who was that bringing you back? Was that him? Was that the stunt coordinator?
That's the rescue man. Bless me.
Gosh.
Look at your face. It hardly changes here.
They kept going, let go. So I thought, yes, I'll let go. And then when the car disappeared from underneath me, that was when I started crying, because I'd felt quite safe, really, because I had something underneath me.
Yeah.
And then your actual instinct is to just hold on.
Hold on, yeah.
And I'd seen the woman do it before. She'd done it before, but she
really?
came off at exactly the same place as me. And that's why I had to have a go.
Oh, I see.
So she'd been incredibly brave.
Yeah.
And she didn't shed one tear.
And
then I came off and I was, oh.
Does that mean you wasted 2 mini-mokes then that day?
Absolutely. Trashed both of them.
Oh my God.
I suppose that's one advantage of it.
Well done. I mean, I would have said no, but then there you go. Right, what else have we got?
We've got a clip. No, this is you in your other series, where you grab people on the street. I don't know how this works. And you basically...
Street mates. I grab them.
Street mates.
And
you
I
say, do you fancy
them
him? Do you
together.
fancy him? And you put them together.
Yes.
But I love this one because the girl was so embarrassed.
Which one was it?
We'll
Let's have a look. Got a potential candidate.
I don't know.
What do you want? What do you want?
I wanted to ask you, are you single?
I am.
We found a girl called Abby on the street today, and she basically is going to have an all-expense-paid dinner tomorrow night with the man of her choice.
Okay.
And the man that she's chosen is you. Hi behind me, hi behind me. Is there anything you want me to ask him, Abby?
He doesn't have to ask him, he doesn't have to do it, doesn't feel like he has to do it.
Okay, Abby wants you to know that you don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. Go out for this dinner.
No, I'll do it.
Careful of her burnt hand, but you can shake it.
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
Okay, gentle, gentle. Bye. Bye. Bye.
You've got a street mate. You've got a date.
Did she follow it through? Did she go on the date?
Abby was the loveliest girl honestly, I thought she was so brave to do it because she was really embarrassed, and she did go through with it,
Yeah.
and she rather liked him,
Yeah.
but I don't think he felt the same way about
Really?
her. No.
She's very sweet looking.
I thought she looked like a young Ally McGraw. I think
Yeah.
she's beautiful.
And when they've had the stage, rather like blinded, I suppose, in different circumstances, do they come back and tell you about it?
About a month later. And generally what happens is, you know, either they'll have got on, if they get on really well on the date, then they'll go out for another date, and generally what happens, someone gets very drunk and messes it up. So, and you go, oh no, why did you do that? That's bad.
Well, look,
It's lovely to see you, Davina.
Oh,
good to see you. So the big one goes out on Saturday. What
Goes
time?
out on
This
Saturday,
Saturday.
yeah, this Saturday.
And that mini moke thing's on the first show, is it?
And the mini moke is on the first show.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
excellent, good one, Joe. Well, good luck with it all. It's lovely to
Thank
see
you
you.
very much indeed.
I mean,
Yes.
just sorry, probably being over serious for a minute. I mean, it really could have hurt you quite badly.
It
Suppose you-
could have.
suppose your
I mean,
feet
the
got caught on
thing
the
is they go through such rigorous safety checks, these
Right.
people, that, you know, you've got to trust these people. They have done it before, they're experienced,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't put people through anything that would, you know, seriously endanger their lives. There is a risk of getting hurt. You know, I've had
Yeah.
a few bruises and
Yeah.
a couple of bangs, but really I don't think there's any danger of me sort of being
What just bothered
killed or
me, like if you know, if you're my wife or daughter or something, like, what if your feet had been stuck under the pedals?
I know.
I wouldn't let you do it.
My dad wasn't
I
happy
wouldn't have let you
either.
do it. No.
He wasn't.
No. All right. Anyway, you're very brave.
Well, thank you.
Don't sound braver than
It's a
I am.
great
Go near
show.
it. Good. It looks very good. Okay, if you're watching this show on Friday, you'll know that we ran out of time for Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins.